Guys, is it true that Jay-Z has reportedly left the US to an undisclosed location and that he may have escaped with Beyonce after their mass unfollowing from fans? And why are blogs suddenly deleting what they had posted about Jay-Z being in the Epstein files? Baybee. Calls have certainly been made and money has possibly been poured, and this just means that it's about to get crazier. See, Jay-Z is mentioned in the files from a documented record of a call made to the FBI's National Threat Operations Center in October 2019 from a woman who claimed to have been S.A.'d. This woman alleged that in approximately 1996, she was abducted, and she later woke up in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z in what she believed was an Epstein-owned mansion in Florida. The woman actually identifies other people, including rapper Pusha T, as handlers who allegedly helped facilitate the incident. Of course, it also doesn't help that an old video of Kanye West slamming Jay-Z and Pusha T also resurfaced after both their names were in the new set of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best hit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
Well, allegedly, Jay-Z being mentioned in the Epstein files has literally scared him to his last nerve. But apparently, he's got so much more to worry about, because in light of the allegations, we now have so many people coming forward to spill on exactly what Jay-Z and Beyonce are about, including MIA, who has previously made some pretty juicy allegations against the Carters.
Oh, I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. Or be a witch, or be that, all of that. Fuck all of them.
Baybee. It's definitely not looking good for Jay-Z or Beyonce, who has allegedly not been a good girl either. So how about we just get right into it? Honey, I don't know if y'all remember, but at the beginning of 2024, MIA was all over social media blaming Jay-Z for collaborating with her baby daddy to keep her away from her baby and make her life miserable. MIA first shared screenshots of her struggle to get a visa so she can travel to the US to see her son, and she wrote in caps, "Biden won't let me see my child. The longest processing is meant to be 2 months and it's already been that. I have to wait till a Republican wins." Wow. Based on what she wrote, MIA said that she was not allowed to see her baby for stealing food when she was 18 and poor. She also said that she believes the underlying reason for her custody battle had a lot to do with her being outspoken about peace in the Middle East. As she also added, "I have shown support for Julian for 14 years and have been to the USA many times. The only thing different this time is, I called for a ceasefire and spoke out against ethnic cleansing. Now I am forced to pick between my baby and speaking up for what's right by God." Basically, according to MIA, the US government was okay with her baby being with a family that has been convicted of all sorts of nasty things. And when she talked about her baby being raised by a questionable family, MIA was referencing the NXIUM cult, which named 2 of Bronfman's cousins as their leaders. MIA also said that her first custody battle was in 2013, and at the time she was being managed by Jay-Z, who she claimed was paid by the Bronfmans to make her life difficult. MIA also went further with the accusations and said that the day she was served, Roc Nation stopped all communications from her, and all her emails to Jay-Z asking for help were wiped from her inbox. In addition, she said that her house was broken into, her laptop was stolen, and she was trapped in Brooklyn with an order that prevented her from leaving for 15 years. Then a few months later, MIA was back on our feeds, talking about how after she signed to Roc Nation, Jay-Z told her to get plastic surgery because she wasn't pretty enough. And then she went into even more details about how Beyonce and Jay-Z are Satanists and how she refused to indulge in blood rituals to sell records. She also said that Beyonce is definitely not as innocent as she portrays herself and is fully aware of what happens and willingly participates too. Sheesh. However, like I said, the feud goes back to 2012, after MIA made a controversial appearance at the Super Bowl halftime show, during which she briefly flashed the middle finger. Afterward, she was in the middle of a nasty legal battle with the NFL, even filing a lawsuit against her. The NFL claimed her gesture was in flagrant disregard for the values that form the cornerstone of the NFL brand and the Super Bowl. According to the NFL, MIA breached a pre-show agreement to maintain the NFL's reputation for wholesomeness, and the league argued she broke the contract as a publicity stunt, and later upped the fine to $16.6 million, which they claimed as restitution for the alleged public exposure she gained as a result of the event. After the NFL sued her, MIA issued a statement that said the lawsuit was completely ridiculous and that they were scapegoating her into figuring out the goalposts on what is offensive in America. She also said it was a massive waste of time, a massive waste of money, and it was a massive display of powerful corporations' absurdity. She said that they wanted her on her knees and saying sorry so they could slap her on her wrist, but she wasn't going to do it, especially since there were also young girls in cheerleading outfits doing all sorts of provocative moves at the event.
And if you find the larger picture where it zooms out, there is a row background scenery of 10, 15 cheerleaders, young black females that Madonna got from a local high school in Indianapolis, and they're all under 16. And if you look at them, they're wearing cheerleader outfits, hips twisted in the air, legs wide open, and in this very position. So now they're scapegoated me into figuring out the goalposts on what is offensive in America. Like, is my finger offensive, or is an underage black girl with her legs wide open more offensive to the family audience?
Now, at the time when MIA was having her legal issues, she said that Jay-Z was the one forcing her to sign a ridiculous deal that would leave her broke for the rest of her life. MIA even reflected on that moment and spilled the tea when she told Huck magazine, "I was at Rock Nation at the time and Jay-Z was managing me. The lawsuit was so ridiculous. It proposed that they would keep 100% of my earnings for the rest of my life if I ever earned more than $2 million. Jay-Z was like, you should sign that ish, and I was like, no. Then, after MIA did the interview, she tagged the story and told people to read it before it got deleted from the internet, because she knew Jay-Z was capable of having the article deleted from the internet. And just like MIA had predicted, if you click on the link that is supposed to redirect you to the article, you will be met with the message, "This account has been suspended." Well, articles, videos, tweets, and blogs that first reported about Jay-Z being on the Epstein files have also been deleted, so that should tell us a lot. Anyway, after this is when MIA started all sorts of allegations against Jay-Z and Beyonce, and allegedly, with Jay-Z being mentioned in the Epstein files, MIA is basically saying that she's not surprised because she's said a couple of times that the Carters are capable of anything. And yes, since Diddy started getting exposed, there have been a bunch of allegations that have also been made against Jay-Z and how Beyonce was also part of everything. Actually, if I remember correctly, not so long ago there were already allegations from Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan Hay, claiming that Jay-Z was being investigated by the FBI in relation to the elites transporting young women across borders for you-know-what. Like Rihanna's former publicist said with his own mouth that he was questioned by the feds about Rihanna being illegally transported across international borders by Jay-Z. So, Jonathan joined the chat after he was mentioned in a documentary that was talking about the mysterious death of Jay-Z's former mistress, Kathy White, whose death has been heavily linked to Beyonce, by the way, and this is what he had to say. "I was mentioned in this explosive and viral documentary by Trap Lore Ross that was featured on at Academics that's made my phone blow up for the past week. Recently, @Jaguar Right has talked about this controversial situation as well, as I was the publicist for Pon de Replay, the debut single by Rihanna. It's time for me to finally set the record straight once and for all, as it's way beyond shocking, messy, and just flat-out crazy AF. Prepare to be blown away, as what William Mosley and I have been through over the years involving this historical scandal needs to be put to bed for good. Yes, heads are going to roll, and people will be floored, but the truth needs to be revealed." Then, in a follow-up interview, he said that he was stopped by federal agents, who he said were keeping close tabs on Jay since his incident with Lance Rivera, and he was also being implicated in an incident with R. Kelly during their joint tour. Jonathan said that one day, unmarked law enforcement cars stopped him, and the intimidating individuals introduced themselves as a federal task force, and they requested to speak with him, so he followed them to talk, and he was in a complete state of panic. He said that as he sat in the desolate/makeshift interrogation room, and while they questioned him, the gravity of the situation became clear to him. Apparently, the feds clarified that they were investigating Hova for allegedly engaging in X-rated activity with Rihanna when she had not yet turned 18, and illegally transporting her across international borders. And the feds said she wasn't the only one. There were many others who were put in that exact situation. Remember, there was also that lawsuit of that woman who claimed that when she was 13, she was allegedly offered a drink at a Diddy party that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. She said in the lawsuit that she walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it, and she entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom so she could rest. According to the lawsuit, this room contained only a large bed, with no furniture of any other kind, television, or other furnishings. Shortly afterward, the lawsuit said that both P. Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room, with P. Diddy telling her, "You are ready to party." That's when she alleged that Jay-Z removed her clothes, held her down, and proceeded to force himself on her while Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity watched. Beyonce, maybe? She then said that Diddy also forced himself on her as Jay and the woman looked on, and when she could eventually manage, she ran out. In the lawsuit, Jane Doe said that although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of her distress or attempted to help her after what happened. She just ran to the nearest petrol station where she called her father. Now, as much as this lawsuit was dropped, to a lot of people, this was just a reflection of what Jay-Z is capable of. I mean, first of all, it's possible that the accuser may have been coerced to drop the case, because we are talking about Jay-Z, and if there's one thing we have established, it's that he's truly capable of anything. And this is exactly what someone like MIA has been saying for years. Baybee, MIA is allegedly having a field day with the recent drama involving Jay-Z, and allegedly she has even promised to drop more tea on what she knows, especially about Beyonce. Allegedly, B was the brains behind her blackballing, just like she's done with several other artists who were a threat to her rise to superstardom. Child, if Jay-Z thought he's in the clear, he better buckle up, cause this train has officially left the station. I know he's not directly mentioned by Epstein himself in the list, but let me know whether you think him being mentioned is still something. Do you think he is guilty? And do you think Beyonce is complicit? Sound off in the comments section below.